Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. And today we are looking at Harry and the situation with the friends, because there's a big event coming up at the end of this week, and that is Hugh Grosvenor's wedding, the society wedding of the season. Huge event. And I have just read in the Daily Mail, the source of all things interesting, that Chester, the city of Chester where the wedding is taking place, is being decorated. Flowers are being planted all over the place, put in boxes and hanging baskets and things like that to make the city of Chester look even more lovely for the wedding. The bridal couple are behind this, paying for it, organizing it, to decorate the city. And so that was the news. It was nice news. It was a nice story, a happy, positive story. Got me thinking about the wedding again. And the first thing we heard about the wedding was that we heard the date, which is this coming Friday, the 7th of June, and then very soon after that we heard that Harry and Meghan were not being invited. It would be too disruptive, and so no invite. That seemed to be coming from Hugh Grosvenor, the Duke of Westminster himself. Then shortly afterwards we heard, oh no, they got the save the date card, but they realized it would be awkward, so they wouldn't be going, so they clapped back pretty much immediately. And then we heard that Harry was contemplating going to the wedding, but he couldn't be in the same room as Prince William. And Prince William, of course, at some stage there was speculation that he would be the best man. And now he's going to be an usher, so he's got quite a high profile role at the wedding, and Harry felt that he should have been the usher or an usher at the wedding, and so he wasn't going to go because, you know, nose out of joint. And now we hear from Neil Sean. That was a Tom Quinn story, so when we know what we think of that story. Then Neil Sean's story, and that Harry apparently cannot believe that he's not even invited to the reception, he and Meghan. They could have snuck in, they could have flown in especially for the occasion, entered wherever the reception is being held with by a side entrance, so they didn't draw too much attention to themselves. They were all ready to do that, but no invitation. And it's amazing how the tables have turned, because all those good old friends of Harry's were not invited to his wedding reception. Of course, celebrities were invited, but not old friends. Apparently, Harry is devastated and is taking this very badly. So we're going to do a Celtic cross today, first reading, and we're going to use the Crow Tarot for this gossip and rumour tarot deck, chatter chatter, and we're going to ask Celtic cross from Harry's point of view. This wedding is quite a moment. It's the society wedding. It's an old friend. Allegedly, Hugh Grosvenor is godfather of Archie. And how does it feel for Harry to be so massively shut out, ushered out is my lame pun. His brother, Prince of Wales, is rushing about this week. He's having a very busy week. He's in Normandy for a couple of days. Wednesday, Thursday, he's got very high profile roles there. The king seems to have given Prince William the top job, the Normandy commemoration events. And so he's there for 2 days, then rushes back to the UK for the wedding. So I can see why they decided, no, he couldn't possibly be best man. Busy, busy, busy week. It's an interesting week astrologically. It's a new moon at the end of this week, but it's a new moon square Saturn, which is quite a heavy energy of duty and obligation and boundaries and stuff like that. But might also be quite a heavy energy for Harry if it's affecting him personally, that there is some sense of new things happening, but he being sidelined, tested and found wanting, because that's what Saturn does, tests you and sometimes finds you wanting. So Celtic cross coming up, Harry's feelings about being left out of this wedding, and William getting one of the top jobs again. So that's where we are. I haven't used these cards for a while, so they're taking a bit of time to warm up. Okay, one more shuffle. And let's remind you, as we always do, that this is just tarot for fun and entertainment. Just my opinion, just speculation, just read energy. Disclaimer in the box below. I think it's going to be quite a rough week in Montecito. That's my personal feeling. I think it's going to be quite an interesting week out in the world as well. With that new moon, with that Saturn energy. So, chickens, maybe. Some chickens coming home to roost this week is my sense of it. And let's see. Harry and his friends, his old friends. His friends from way back. We got the Chariot in reverse, roadblock. And it's also Prince William energy. Of course, Major Arcana for Cancer, which is Prince William. Prince William, part of the roadblock, can't go because Prince William is there. And the Duke of Westminster and his bride. Sorry about the shininess there. Let's see what we can do about that. Prince William and his bride. I'm going to start terrible rumors. I need this reading. Let's just pause. Right, technical breakdown. We're back and the cards are untouched on the table. The Duke of Westminster and his bride-to-be have obviously sided with the royal family, with Prince William in this ongoing feud between the two brothers. And so difficult for Harry. There is the Chariot in reverse. Prince William's energy and blockage. Stopped from moving forward, stopped from flying over with this one's wife to attend the wedding. Roadblock, the Chariot in reverse. So, situation as far as Harry is concerned, where are we right now? With this, with his friend, the World in reverse. This is really serious. As I looked at this card, it kind of clutched at my heart. The World is a happy event. It would be the wedding because it's very public. Everyone sees it. It's celebration. It's an ending of a journey that the two have been on, but a very positive ending. It's the ending of the courtship period, of the getting to know each other and making life plans together, and the ending of all of that. And now they're committed to each other, and now they go forward as a married couple. But it's in reverse, and so for Harry, he's left out. He's not celebrating. This is not a successful event for him. His own journey has been far from successful. His journey away from these friends, fueled by ambition. There is ambition in this Chariot card, always. Self-will, willpower, what one wants and what one really goes after, however toxic it is, sitting in that card as well. So his life, World in reverse, his life is a failure. His world has been turned upside down. And this moment, I can't express it. I actually can't find the words to express it adequately. How devastating this moment is for him. This week is going to be for him when he sees his brother there, surrounded by high society, the top of the cream in British aristocratic circles, and Harry is not there, and he's not there because of who he chose to marry. Pretty much we can say that. What's the problem? That's already a problem. There it is, the devil. That is the problem, who he chose to chain himself to. A toxic situation, a toxic relationship, an obsessive relationship, an addicted relationship, any kind of addiction. Doesn't have to be alcohol and drugs and things. It can be other things as well. His problem is that he is in this toxic situation and he has succumbed to vices, and vices aren't only, again, drugs and alcohol and things like that, other things, but things like jealousy and resentment and rage. And as I say, we have had these little pieces come out of he wanted to go but couldn't be in the same room as Prince William. Prince William was taking his place and he should have been the usher. So absurd. It's infantile, and that's insulting to 2- and 3-year-olds who are having those what's mine and what's, it's mine kind of energy. Major Arcana has shown up at the heart of this reading, underlying energy, and the center of this reading. Terrible cards. So who does Harry blame for this situation with his friends being shut out like this of this huge event? Who does he blame? And we have the Ace of Pentacles, and it's almost as if I'm almost getting the feeling that he thinks people have been bought off, which is absurd because the Duke of Westminster is, if not the wealthiest, one of the wealthiest men in the UK. It's certainly the royal family can't buy him off. But this is, it's this feeling with the Ace of Pentacles, because the Ace of Pentacles is about money, is about power and status, and in it for the long haul. It's kind of got the feeling of kissing the ring, and this is where the power is, this is where the influence is, the money is with the royal family, and so people are siding with the establishment. That's what I'm getting from that Ace of Pentacles. They're voting for the establishment, and they're not prepared to take a risk and go with the rebels. He really can't see why this is happening. He can't see it from anyone else's perspective. He can only see what he's been coached to see and almost brainwashed to see. My opinion, of course. So what is his goal with his friends? King of Wands in reverse. He's feeling very left out. That King of Wands is the jolly good fellow. That's the fun guy. That was fun Prince Harry, that, you know, you went and partied with, and you followed, and he was charismatic, and he was exciting, and he was always leading, and people were always happy to follow, because wherever he went was thrilling, and he was popular. And he's now in reverse. The King of Wands has lost his popularity, his gloss, his lightheartedness, his jolliness. And he wants that back. He doesn't know how to get it back, of course. King of Wands in reverse. He's very focused on the fact that they have gone with the one he views as dull, Prince William, and they haven't chosen him, the King of Wands, the charismatic one, the fun one, the popular one, as far as he is concerned. So his mind is very occupied with this. It really is. We can see from the Devil and the World in reverse that this is a massive blow to him. How have things been going on the friendship front recently? Past energy. We have heard rumors that he's tried to reach out to friends and reconnect. What's going on there? Is he lonely? Is he missing them? Oh my word. We have the Ten of Swords. It's in reverse. That is ruin. Absolute ruin. Trying to recover from it, because the card is in reverse. It's telling me that there is some truth to that rumor. He's been trying to reach out and reconnect. I would say unsuccessfully. But he has been trying to resurrect those friendships, because the Ten of Swords is death and destruction and betrayal and ruin, and the Dark Night of the Soul, and then in the reverse it's starting to come back to life and reanimate and, as I say, resurrect those friendships. So he's probably been trying to reach out, realizing that his life isn't quite so wonderful in Montecito or in California, wherever he is. We don't know where he is, or any of them are really. What's coming next on the friendship front? How's it going to go for him watching this wedding? Or following it in the news? How's he going to be feeling? Ace of Cups in reverse. Devastated. Neil Sean's not wrong. Here, Ace of Cups in reverse. Sorry for the shininess. It's feeling unloved, feeling unwanted, feeling rejected, feeling lost, heartbroken. It's devastating energy in this reading. I mean, the cards are just awful. Relentlessly awful. But he really is going to be very upset. He might have to drown his sorrows with that Ace of Cups. And so instead of being there leading the celebrations, the dancing, he loves to dance. Instead of being fun Harry, what was that guy in Friends? Fun Bobby or fund somebody or other. This is, you know, the depression kicks in. Could even be quite tearful. Could even be drunk dialing people and complaining, and why have you left me out, and why are you siding with that nasty bully, my brother, who knocked me in the dog bowl. How does he view the nasty bully who knocked him in the dog bowl getting a job at the wedding? How does he see this? The Eight of Swords is the trap, is the stuck energy. It's an interesting card actually, because he looks at Prince William, because it's his view of Prince William. And he sees, still in this twisted, distorted view that he has of reality, in my opinion, he sees Prince William as being stuck in a trap. William having to rush around and do his duty, as I say, that Saturnine energy that is with us this week. William doing all the right things, all the dutiful things, rushing about, exhausted, while his wife is recovering or going through cancer treatment. We don't know quite what's going on there. We try and find out, but we're not quite sure. And so he sees Prince William as something of a prisoner of his status, of his primogeniture, is that the right word? Being the firstborn, with all the burdens of being the firstborn. Harry is still in this false narrative that he is the one who is free and William is the one who is trapped. Pressure that Harry is under. She's shown up in the reading. She's turned him, the Queen of Wands has turned the King of Wands upside down. She's literally turned his world upside down, there, heart of the reading. She's the one who is probably complaining. She probably fancied wearing one of those half-naked outfits to the wedding and making a late entrance, and it all being about her and all over the tabloids. Look at me. Here I am, more beautiful than the bride, more famous, bringing the UK to a halt. So the pressure is on for him. I'm sure she has moaned like never before about being left out of this wedding. She hasn't exactly shone at previous weddings. She was there in that most unfortunate blue dress. I've gone blank, can't think who the designer is. With the hat that people call the toilet paper hat. It wasn't a hat, it was a fascinator, the toilet paper fascinator. Gone completely blank about who designed that dress. It was far too big for her. And she looked like she just crawled out of bed with a massive hangover and sort of fallen into the dress and then chucked some toilet paper on her head and gone off to the wedding. And then, of course, there was the infamous wedding in Jamaica, Skippy's wedding, where all kinds of things happened only at the wedding and on the balcony of the hotel as well. But we won't go there. We won't do a Lady C today. That's a bit cryptic. Let it stay that way. Hopes and fears for the has-been with his friends and with his society friends. What's he hoping for? We have the Five of Pentacles. It's in reverse. He wants back in. It's the exile card, the scapegoat, the banishment card, the ruin card. Go away, we hate you, shun you, banish you. But it's in reverse. He wants back in. He's hoping desperately that somewhere along the line they will let him back in. That door will creak open and he'll be allowed back into the warm embrace of his friends and family. Back into the comfort and ease of life in high society in the UK. How's it going to go ultimately with Harry and his friends? We're going to look at it again from the friends' point of view, but I want to know now because it's nice to double check these kinds of energies. Outcome for Harry and his mates. Harry and no mates. The Empress. It's a very potent female energy, the Empress, and it's making me wonder who the Empress is. That it might be up to a woman whether he's let back in. It's not Meghan's energy. It might be Catherine's energy. That at some stage, Catherine is the one that makes or wives. I don't think it's Olivia Henson. I know absolutely nothing about her, but it's a very strong female energy. It's the strongest female energy that you can have. The Empress. It's the mother. It's the bountiful, the creative, the pregnant, the abundant, the blessed, the beautiful, the desirable, the magnificent. It's not Megan. Never with those words to describe the Empress card, which is so radiant and so powerful and so beautiful. Venus energy. But it does tell me that someone somewhere, a wife, I don't think a mother. I think, or she might be a mother, but it's a wife, might make it possible for him to come back in to the friend group. It might be an old girlfriend, somebody he described as his sister, something like that, someone who's still got a soft spot for him somewhere that might let him back in. He wants to come back in. He's very upset, can't understand why this has happened. It's a mystery. These people are so unreasonable. Of course, it's got nothing to do with him. It's got nothing to do with her. Never. That's an interesting card. We'll dig around in the next reading and see what's going on there, because it looks like there might be some hope for the has-been. Undeserved, in my opinion. But of course, forgiveness is everything, as we should all remember. And that's it. I'll see you on the next one.